What's going on, everybody? Today we're gonna do another music video breakdown. This is gonna be episode 4. Today, the music video that I wanna break down that I did a few months back that I think it's really good. It's one of, if not my favorite video I've ever done. Everything about the shoot just went smooth, and there's a lot of things that I love out of that video that I wanna talk about. The music video is called Drip Lee Complications. Let me go ahead and just play that music video right now for you guys to view, and then we're gonna break down the whole video. So let me play it right now. Alright, so you guys watched the video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. If you guys do like what you hear from him, there's a lot of good music that he makes. I'll go ahead and leave a link in the description below for you guys to go ahead and watch his other videos, his music. Let's get started with the breakdown on this music video. So what cameras did I use for this music video? And that's the usual. I used two Panasonic S1Hs. The lenses that I used throughout this music video was the Sigma 24mm 1.4 art lens. I also used the Sigma 50mm 1.4 art lens, and I think I also used the Canon 85mm 1.4 L series lens. In terms of gimbal, I used the Ronin S. So that's pretty much it when it comes to like the camera gear. Lighting and all that, I'll talk about it as we go forward. So let's get started with the first scene of this music video as you guys watched already. The first thing that we did is we didn't scout this location, so we got into that class, and the one thing that right away just kind of like drew me away from this classroom was it was very basic. It was just a white room, no pop, there was nothing, and me and the artist Drip, we kind of knew from the start that we should have probably got some posters. We probably should have added some color to this video to give it a pop. What I decided to do, and this comes with, again, knowing your camera, what you can do, how you can push it, how to utilize lighting to help you get this type of color. So notice how when you guys watch the color grade, the walls are not white, they're more on the blue side. What I decided to do to get that was just really just bounce a Forza 300 from Nanlite straight up the ceiling and let it just kind of like give me that natural lighting. Then in post, I knew I was gonna be able to manipulate the colors, giving me flexibility from skin tones to the white walls. It was very hard for me to get that color grading. It took about 4 to 5 layers in Premiere Pro. I'm really happy with that shot. So that's the scene and the lighting breakdown when it came down to the classroom. So now after the classroom scene, the next thing that I wanted to do, I know I wanted an extra performance scene in order to enhance this particular part and possibly have it throughout the whole video, which I call these the filler shots. So what I came in mind when we got to the location was maybe having Drip Lee right outside the classroom, having him perform kind of looking still, just like very still as possible, and basically just having him just perform the lyrics. And then what I wanted to do in post was basically rotor scope him out, and then behind have everyone basically go ahead and just speed ramp them. In order to do that, what I did was basically mask him out and then had everyone start walking, but the depth of field, I did not change it so it can blend in perfectly. So that was just one of my favorite shots in this clip. It was my first time trying this type of effect, and it just looked pretty good. I mean, you guys can let me know if it was bad. I mean, you know, I'll take it, but I really like what we got out of that, and it just enhanced that visual really good. So I made sure I had them in a place where no matter how the weather was changing, how the sun was moving, the artist was gonna stay put and it was gonna stay even lighting, because if not, it can destroy your image. So just keep that in mind whenever you guys are shooting somewhere and you guys are gonna do these tripod shots, but the weather is just kind of like moving all over the place. Make sure you guys just have the artist somewhere where you know for a fact the lighting, the sun is not gonna be destroying the shot that you're trying to go for. So now the next scene that I want to talk about is the mirror scene. And again, that's, I don't know, the first one was my favorite shot with everyone speed ramping behind them, or the mirror shot. But basically we got this, I don't know how it just happened, but we were in the second location and there was a mirror, and we just kind of wanted to go ahead and give him performing, but at the same time we also wanted to like basically mask him and double layer him where he's doing something else in the mirror, but from time to time he'll come back to being his actual self, looking at himself in the mirror. But just gotta give it that weird trippy vibe. And the one thing that my girl actually gave me, which I think turned out pretty good, is having him perform in one take, and then the next take, what we're gonna have him do is basically we're gonna start making the light flicker. So the inside of the mirror is gonna be flickering while the outside he was gonna just stay normal. And then also what we also did was having him do B-roll as a third shot, and that B-roll was basically him scratching against the mirror, just having it look different, just whatever he can do to make it or just enhance this visual that we wanted to create. And overall I was really happy with the mirror scene. This shot is pretty cool. Again, it's a simple tripod shot, so just make sure when you guys are doing these shots, you guys kind of plan it out, direct the artist, so it doesn't make it difficult for you guys to mask out in post. The next clip was same second studio, second location, and we had the tungsten lights in the back. So what I decided to do for this particular scene to just enhance it and give it the energy, because we only shot this particular scene for the second part of the music video because we knew that was gonna be what we were gonna go for and use. So this was just basically having performed the second part, and that was like the hype where basically that beat picks up. And then we had one light as a key light, which is a Forza 300 Nanlite, and we also used the mixed panel 150 from Nanlite, and we had it as a side just kind of to give it some separation from the tungsten back wall. So I used the blue just to counter and give him an extra pop. I knew we needed a lot of flickering, a lot of movement, so I decided to go handheld. My girl, what I also had her doing was the backlight, so I kind of had her just staggering the lights on the side, so I have the back tungsten bulbs just on and off, on and off. My homie was moving the lights, and the key light was there, but because he was moving in and out, he was coming into silhouette, into light, so there was so much going on, so much action, and it was a perfect shot. I couldn't ask for a better shot. We also used haze as well for that scene, and the one we used, I think it was like a DJ something 1300. I'll leave a link in the description for the fog machine that we used. But overall, I mean, it turned out pretty great in that studio. And again, as you guys saw in the last video, make sure you guys always separate your shots. So we had the classroom, we had outside the classroom, and then as it's picking up to the next scene, we had the mirror scene. And now the mirror scene, now it goes into the studio with the tungsten lights in the back. So everything is moving, and you as a viewer, you're engaged, right? Because you're just seeing things constantly change. You're not seeing the same thing over and over. Things are picking up, things are moving along. So make sure when you guys are shooting these videos, you guys are taking care of that, and you guys are providing different clips throughout the whole video. The third location we had was actually my house. And this idea came from me. I don't know, I just thought about it just because in his lyrics, he says it's 5 a.m. And the way he goes about it with the lyrics, I just felt like it was perfect if he was to be smoking weed on top of my house. And as he's doing that and performing, the camera was gonna go down and she was gonna be right there sitting down. And that was gonna convert into him walking in after. They start arguing, and obviously as you guys watched, everything picks up to like basically finish the video off. And what we did to light that scene up was just basically a Nanlite Forza 300. We just had that super high up pointing down on him. And inside the house, we had the girl lit up with a mixed panel 150 from Nanlite, and just enough to kind of obviously have both of them exposed perfectly and just work well together. Now, to get that shot was not easy. It was scary because it was my first time trying this type of setup. So we had the Ronin S and we mounted it onto a monopod. It wasn't safe at all. I felt like the Ronin S was so heavy, and we extended the pole because we had to basically go all the way up and then bring it down. I had my girl on my smartphone controlling basically the movement of the gimbal for the Ronin S. So basically I was on one end bringing it down, and then my other homie was basically where the Ronin S was at in case it was to break off. It actually did break at one point, but it was because I installed it wrong, the monopod with the Ronin S, but luckily I was able to grab it. It was crazy. It was a lot of things going on. We needed this. I liked the song. It was different. The storyline that he threw at me was just perfect. I gave a few ideas here and there, such as this one, and it just enhanced the video. Even though it was like just 5 seconds of the shot maybe, or 4 seconds, it was something that I felt it needed to be in this video. Again, just little clips like that just go with the lyrics. Not everything has to be in different locations, but just this particular scene I felt like we had to add. Overall, that was one of my favorite shots because of what it took to get that shot. Very simple shots you guys watched, but it's still a lot to do. But that's pretty much it for the video. Everything, as I mentioned, we had 3 locations total. It was a classroom scene right outside the classroom. I still consider that one location. We had the second studio, which was like the mirror wall, and then obviously the back tungsten lighting, and then the third one was my house. Overall, it was a solid video. I really enjoyed it. Drip obviously put me to work because he gave me the storyline and I had to bring it out to life. He loved the whole music video that I sent out to him, so that was a bonus because I love this video myself. I think it's one of my favorite videos of all time. It's not the best video, but yeah, if you guys have any questions in regards to this music video, feel free to leave comments below. I'll be happy to answer them. Subscribe to my channel, and if you guys do want to see these music video breakdowns going forward, feel free to just let me know. And if somehow, if I'm not explaining some things right, just again leave it in the comments below, and I'll make sure not to make that same mistake on future music video breakdowns. So if you guys do like his song again, make sure you guys click on the link in the description below. Go give him a subscribe, go give him a follow, comment on this video. It's a dope song, and we have another one coming very soon called Paranoia. Be on the lookout for that. Anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.